What is going on, 49er faithful? Welcome back to another 49er Media video. We have some breaking news as the San Francisco 49ers have fired special teams coordinator Brian Schneider. But before we get into it, as always, if you are new here to the 49ers Media channel, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Turn the notification bell on. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out to get this content out, and we'll be here breaking any news that drops. We will be telling you guys all about it. We're gonna have content coming out during this off season. I already got some content planned that will be dropping soon, so we'll start pushing that out too. So yeah, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. It's going to be down in the description, like always. But let's jump into the news. So the San Francisco 49ers have fired special teams coordinator Brian Schneider. This was reported by Nick Wagner of ESPN just before 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time last night. I think no one should be surprised with this move. This needed to happen. The special teams has just been abysmal, not fun to watch. I mean, I've been saying, "Oh, I want some creativity on some of these live shows." Screw the creativity now. I've just wanted the special teams to at least be, top 15, or if they're even better than that, great. But I'd at least want them to be top 15 and not messing up, and they're doing the total opposite, because all three parts of special teams, including punt coverage, kick coverage, and the kicking game when it comes to field goals, even kicking into the new um, basically landing area that with the new kicking rules, that's also been somewhat of an issue here with the San Francisco 49ers. Um, and Brian Schneider, they had hired him back in 2020 after having Richard Hightower as their special teams coach, because they're actually not like terrible with them, but then special teams just started declining. And I think some of it has to do with personnel with the San Francisco 49ers and the way that they, like, Kyle Shanahan wants special teams, because Kyle Shanahan doesn't want to have to be coaching every side of the ball. And I think that's been an issue too, if you go back to defense as well, where Kyle Shanahan's having to worry about it. And I think that's also a reason why, you've seen some decline in his coaching, especially this season that just finished. And so I think special teams wise, personnel needs to change too. It's not just about a new coach, but I'm glad that they're firing Brian Schneider, after a 6-11 season. Again, no one should be shocked by this move. It makes way too much sense for this to happen. I'm glad he's gone. Um, one guy I would look for possibly, which this may be a long shot, we'll have to see. And this is actually David Lombardi, um, actually came out with this idea. So I do want to give him credit for that. But a name to watch for is Saints interim head coach Darren Rizzi, who, like I just said, interim head coach. The Saints ended up firing their coach during the season, and so he became the interim head coach. The Saints are looking for a new head coach. Rizzi might be let go of, and if he is let go of, the 49ers need to be all over Rizzi. His special team units have been very good. Um, I believe top 5 or even top 10 special team units. His special team units always play tough. They're always playing the right way, and so I think a guy like him could help. Also help Kyle Shanahan bring in the right personnel, because we will say in 2020, when they did hire Brian Schneider originally, you saw them go out and bring in a guy like George Odom, who's a special teams all pro. And then they go and bring Ray McLeod in, for special teams. They made changes in the personnel department, but that still was an issue, even with the Ray McLeod in these last few seasons. And you didn't have Ray McLeod this season, right? Um, It's just, man, bad coverage. The 49ers allowing, I believe, 2 return touchdowns. Might have been one. I know one of them at least was versus the Seattle Seahawks, um, which was the game where the 49ers, I think, ended up choking the game or were close to choking the game because that gave momentum to Seattle. Um, yeah, I think this whole special teams unit needs to be redone. Personnel, um, bring in a new guy that hopefully can get it right. Um, because again, we just want special teams to not screw up. I think that's the biggest thing here. Um, and then one thing I do want to say is, okay, when it comes to the kicking game, right, kicking field goals, extra points, is Jake Moody. Guess who brought in Jake Moody for a workout in the pre-draft visit, made him go through all these drills. So, putting water on the football, making him run and then kick. They basically made him do a bunch of tests, and that was Brian Schneider. And Brian Schneider said Jake Moody passed with all flying colors. Well, I'm gonna say that's a BS because look, Brian Schneider ain't even here anymore. So could Jake Moody be cut? I could see it. I get it. He had the high ankle sprain. If you look at the numbers after the high ankle sprain, Jake Moody has been abysmal. Also, if you listen to Jake Moody a few days ago, um, talking about his kicks, his mental is like he basically said it, his mental is not great because of it, and that's not good. Um, I think Jake Moody, I would not be shocked if the 49ers, move off of him. He was a former third round pick. I don't even know why you draft him in the third round. Um, go undrafted, go sign a veteran. I think they need a real kicking competition again. Go sign a veteran kicker out in free agency, and then go bring in a undrafted free agent at the end of the draft this year in April. Go bring in 2 kickers, have a competition, and let's see who wins this battle. I think Jake Moody, again, I would not be shocked if he's gone. He, as of now, has not been released or anything. I'm just speculating here and telling you why I think it makes a lot of sense for a guy like Jake Moody to be cut from this team, to part ways from him, unless the new special teams coordinator says, we're going to write out with Jake Moody. Maybe he can bring some confidence back into Jake Moody. We're gonna have to see what ends up happening there, but that's gonna do it, guys. Make sure you have that notification bell on. Probably gonna expect a lot more news coming out with this coaching staff. Probably gonna be some big changes. There possibly lose some coaches still to some other teams, even though it was a 6-11 team. The New York Jets already. Um, thinking about trying to maybe hire Brian Greasy, the quarterbacks coach of the San Francisco 49ers, for their open head coaching job. So definitely going to be on the watch out for that to see what ends up happening with him. Um, but yeah, guys, that is going to do it again. Hit that like and subscribe button. Peace out, and let's go Niners.